I would definitely say sparks at first sight. I felt it, and I felt pretty confident that he did too, and I think that was kind of a big deal. I mean, people tend to not be sure, or hem and haw, or whatever, and I was like, no, I really think there is a legitimate, real connection here.
She came off the aircraft gorgeous, bubbly, happy, and that's been consistent throughout our entire relationship. She's always eager to help out her friends and family. And I think that brings her more happiness than anything else, is just the ability to bring smiles to other people's faces.
He is so calming and positive and fun, and he is the best partner and the best friend, really, and it shows in all of his relationships, the people that are close to him.
Hope in her delegation, so to speak, had been trying to come up north to where I was at. I had seen her name on a manifest, a list of the personnel that were coming up for the visit. You recognize it was a female's name, but I didn't think anything of it, nothing too spectacular. But the moment she walked off that C-130, I knew it was everything spectacular. Not only was her long blonde hair gushing out of the Army-issued Kevlar helmet, but in her hand she clutched 5 designer bags because they were much cooler than putting it all into one boring sea bag.
I remember Nick waiting for us. He was standing there and he was all serious and really tall. He's really tall when he puts his boots on, like really tall. And standing there waiting for us, and I was like, oh hello.
She had a smile and a personality that lit up everyone around her, and was lighting up my world as I got to go up and introduce myself and say hello.
Yeah. I remember shaking his hand, and I remember how big I was smiling. I mean, it was really big, and I remember thinking, oh, this is gonna be fun. I don't care if I get stuck here. I obviously had a spark when I met you, and I really felt like, as I got to know you over those few days, that there was something here.
The great thing about service is it's one of the few things that you can find that's really not about you, and the ability to be a part of something that's much bigger than you. One of the things that was wonderful about Hope in getting to know her early on was how much she gushed over her 2 brothers who were serving and had been in the Marines as well.
I think service is really important. I think it's important to remember that as Americans, we have it really good, and we're so fortunate. We're so incredibly fortunate.
I did deployments to Afghanistan. She would do deployments, mini trips to Iraq and other places before we finally moved together here in Philadelphia.
We emailed back and forth and had real conversations and got to know each other without sort of the distraction of the physical and the attraction, and it only got us more excited about one another, and that was really cool. I don't think that everybody gets that opportunity to really get to know a person before you date.
It was challenging, it was hard, it got long at times, but through it all I think we were a better couple, and we are a better couple now because of it. So my last deployment to Afghanistan, I was growing a beard out and authorized to grow a beard for the missions we were doing.
I said, send me updates, so send me selfies of yourself. I want to see this thing grow. It was really helpful for that first couple weeks, just getting that sense of, I'm thinking of you, here's my beard update.
She loved this different aspect of me in terms of how I looked. So she regularly wanted to see, what do you look like now and how's it changed? And it was quite something. The ring had been a long time in the making. It took a little bit to get the ring made. And when was the next time I was going to be up there where I could make the connection to go pick it up? Then it was a matter of getting something planned that allowed, me to ask someone as gorgeous and as wonderful and kind and loving as her to join me in marriage. And Memorial Day weekend seemed like a great time to do that.
We're about an hour into the drive from North Carolina, and he goes, "Damn!" And I was like, "What?" Nothing.
I'd left the ring behind.
It had been months since we'd picked the ring together, and there was this level of expectation of when is this gonna happen. So I was keeping my ears perked for the signs. We'd flown back from New York. I was nursing this really brutal, cold. It's a Sunday, and we end up just laying on the couch all day. All of a sudden, he wakes up, and it's 7 at night, and he's like, "Why don't we go out to dinner?"
I think she kind of, through her networks, had an inclination that something was coming soon. And she said, okay. She said, well, where do you want to go? I said, well, let's go to the waterfront in Georgetown, where we first went out on our first date.
I was like, oh, okay. So I put on a dress, and so yeah, I totally knew. And after dinner, I thought, oh, well, maybe it's not happening. And then we get in the car. He's like, well, why don't we go to the monuments? Why don't we go walk around? They're so beautiful at night. It's so nice out. I'm like, yeah, let's do it.
And we had found the little path right along the reflecting pool, which was isolated from the few tourists who were out at about 8, 9, 10 o'clock at night. And I paused her there, and it was a beautiful moment, beautiful night. The weather was perfect. We were kind of by ourselves in the darkness, and you got down on one knee and asked her to marry me.
It's just this complete adrenaline of yes, absolutely, oh my God, hooray, and let me see the ring.
And then right after that moment, she recognized that it was dark and she couldn't see the ring. Then we had to run almost to the nearest light so she could get on her. She wanted to see what the ring looked like. She was so excited.
I definitely waited a few minutes to drag him over to the light to go see it, to really see it.
From there, we started calling friends and family and posting updates that we had gotten engaged. We've known that for a while that we've wanted to be together for our lives. It's a big step for us, and it's one that we've
fought long and hard for.
Yeah.
I think everybody's watched us go through 6.5 years of being together, and it's been what it is, and we've stuck through it. I think everybody is so happy for us to be happy together in the same place, and really developing our story together and making it one. And I think everybody's pretty thrilled. I mean, I know I am. I know we are.
Yeah.